Hi everybody, welcome to this channel. I'm Teacher Joe. In this video, I will talk about prepositions. Before we start, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so that when I drop a new video, you will get notified. So let's get started. A preposition is a word that is used to link nouns, pronouns, or phrases to other words within a sentence. There are three types of prepositions. They are prepositions of place, prepositions of direction, and prepositions of time. But in this video, I will talk about prepositions of place. Now, prepositions of place refers to a place where something or someone is located. There are several examples of prepositions of place, but in this video, I'll talk about three. That is, at, on, and in. Let's begin with at. So at indicates an exact place where the subject is. That is, at is used to specify or point to a place where the subject is. Let's look at the usages of at, or how we can correctly use at. So 1. We use at when the subject is at a point, or when the subject is located at a specific place. For example, at the door, at the traffic light, at the crossroads. So here, the door, the traffic light, and the crossroads are the specific places or the points where the subjects are. Therefore, we use at. 2. We use at when the subject is at the top, bottom, or the end of something. For example, at the top of the stairs, at the bottom of the page, at the end of the street. So here, the top of the stairs, the bottom of the page, and the end of the street are the places where the subjects are. For that reason, we use at. 3. We use at when the subject is at group activities. For example, at a party, at a concert, at a cinema. So here, the party, concert, and the cinema are the places where the subjects are. And because of that, we use at. 4. We use at when the subject is at shops. For example, at the bakery, at a cafe, at the pharmacy. So, the bakery, a cafe, and the pharmacy are the places where the subjects are. For that reason, we use at. 5. We use at when the subject is at home, work, school, or university. So for example, at home, at work, at school, at university. So home, work, school, and university are the places where the subjects are. Because of that, we use at. Let's look at some examples in detail. 1. The driver is at the traffic light now. In this sentence, the subject is the driver. So we use preposition at to point to the place where the subject, which is the driver, is, and that is the traffic light. 2. My father is at work. In this sentence, the subject is my father, and we use preposition at to show the place where the subject, which is my father, is, and that is work. Let's look at our next preposition, which is in. We use in when the subject is inside a bigger space. Example, box, country. We can also use in with other physical location. Example, the sea and the mountains. Let's now look at the usages of in, or how we can correctly use in. 1. We use in when the subject is in a territory. For example, in London, in Asia, and in the world. So, London, Asia, and the world are the space where the subjects are. That is why we use in. 2. We use in when the subject is in a 3D space. For example, in the bag, in the classroom, in a box. So, the bag, the classroom, and the box are the space where the subjects are. That is why we use in. 3. We use preposition in when the subject is in water. Example, in the sea, in a river, in a lake, and in the swimming pool. So, the sea, a river, a lake, and the swimming pool are the space where the subjects are. For that reason, we use in. 4. We use in when the subject is in printed material. For example, in a book, in a picture, in the newspaper. So, the book, the picture, and the newspaper are the space where the subjects are. For that reason, we use in. 5. We use in when the subject is in a car or a van. For example, in a car, in a van. So at this point, the car and van are the space where the subjects are. As a result of that, we use in. Let's look at some examples in detail. 1. The students are in the classroom. In this sentence, the subject is the students. So we use preposition in to show the space where the subject, which is the students, are, and that is the classroom. 2. Tony lives in France. In this sentence, the subject is Tony, and we use preposition in to show the territory or the space where the subject, which is Tony, lives, and that is France. 3. My parents are in the car. In this sentence, the subject is my parents, and we use preposition in to show the space where the subject, which is my parents, are, and that is the car. Let's look at our last preposition, which is on. And it is used for the surface of something. We can also use on to indicate a position where the subject is. Let's look at the usages of on, or how we can correctly use on. 1. We use on when the subject is on a surface. For example, on the table, on the TV, on the sofa. So here, the table, the TV, and the sofa are the surface where the subjects are. For that reason, we use on. 2. We use on when the subject is on the floor. For example, on the first floor, on the third floor, and on the fifth floor. So here, the first floor, the third floor, and the fifth floor are the positions where the subjects are. For that reason, we use on. 3. We use on when the subject is on public transport. For example, on the bus, on the train, on a plane. So here, the bus, the train, and the plane are the space where the subjects are. Because of that, we use on. 4. We use on when the subject is on media. For example, on the radio, on the internet, on a website, and on TV. So here, the radio, the internet, the website, and TV are seen as a platform that we interact with, rather than a space or a physical location that we could be in. For that reason, we use on. 5. We use on when the subject is on right or left. For example, on the right, on the left, So the right and the left are the positions on which the subjects are. For that reason, we use on. Let's look at some examples in detail. 1. The baby is on the sofa. In this sentence, the subject is the baby. So we use preposition on to show the surface on which the baby is, and that is the sofa. 2. Nick's room is on the second floor. In this sentence, the subject is Nick's room. So we use preposition on to show the position on which the subject, which is Nick's room, is, and that is the second floor. 3. The news is on the internet. In this sentence, the subject is the news. We use preposition on to show the platform on which the subject, which is the news, is, and that is the internet. 4. Andy is on a plane to Japan. In this sentence, the subject is Andy. So we use preposition on to show the space on which the subject, which is Andy, is, and that is a plane. I hope that you have reviewed or learned a lot in this video, because that is the main objective of this channel. So keep watching Speak English with Joe. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and don't forget to like, comment, and share the video so that friends and other people can also have access to this video. Thank you for watching, and see you again in the next video. Goodbye.